All right. So Connie Warren, a resident of the town of Baldwin in the county of Cumberland in the state of Maine. I, Deborah Wakefield, town clerk, consistent with the method of notification adopted by the town of Baldwin, certify that at the direction of Connie Warren, I notified the voters of Baldwin of the time and place of the special town meeting by posting a true copy of the written warrant at the town clerk's office, East Baldwin Post Office, West Baldwin Post Office, and the Baldwin Community Center, a conspicuous public place within Baldwin, on January 12, 2026, which is at least 7 days next prior to Election Day. You are hereby required to notify and warn inhabitants of the town of Baldwin and said county qualified by law to vote in town fair to meet at the Baldwin Town Office on Tuesday, January 20th, 2026, at 6 o'clock in the evening, then and there to act on the following articles to wit. Article 1, to choose a moderator for said meeting. Nominee?
Nominate Norm Blake. Sorry.
I need 3 write-ins.
I'll do it.
You're
I'll do it. It's gonna haunt me the whole way through. I'm writing your name and stuff.
Don't write my name. One more. Norm, it's you. All right.
Oh, yeah, come on,
I'm ready to find a chair.
Okay. Norma, do you swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and of this state as long as you shall continue a citizen thereof to help you God?
Yes, I do.
Do you swear that you will faithfully discharge to the best of your abilities the duties incumbent on you as moderator for Baldwin according to the Constitution and laws of the state? So, you God.
Yes, I do.
All right, you got pen?
There we go.
And I'll let you have this.
There.
Thank you.
Standard boilerplate. I think everybody knows the procedure, but I have to say that this meeting will be conducted according to the rules and procedures laid out by the Maine Moderator's Guide, which is a compilation of things that towns have done for about the past 200 years. It's good enough for us. The privilege of being recognized and speaking is limited to registered voters in the town of Baldwin unless we initiate the special secret procedure. And in any case, the privilege of voting is only limited to registered voters of the town of Baldwin. Enough of that. Let's go to Article 2. Shall an amendment to the Municipal Employees Personnel Ordinance to incorporate Maine Family and Medical Leave be approved as follows? Rather than, does everybody have a copy, or would you like me to read the strikeouts and strike-ins and all that? Is there anybody that would like the fine print on Article 2? All you gotta do is say yes. Hearing none, I'll slide down, and we're deleting the old page 13, number 27. Replace it with family and medical leave. All Baldwin full and part-time employees who meet the requirements of Maine Title 26, Chapter 7, Subchapter 6C are covered by Maine's Paid Family and Medical Leave Act. The town of Baldwin pays 100% of the program cost. The cost is 1% of the employee's wages and is covered by the funding approved in the budget at the fiscal year 26 town meeting. The select board is recommending approval of this article, but I'll need a motion.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion, questions? That'll be a quick one. Hearing none, all those in favor of Article 2 as presented, please raise your hand. Them as opposed. The article is accepted unanimously. Article 3, to see what sum the town shall approve in additional fiscal year 26 funds to cover the cost of one additional health insurance policy in 2025 and two additional policies starting the 1st of January 2026. This covers policies that were not included in the fiscal year 26 town budget request and is to be funded from the undesignated fund balance at the current 80% town funding rate. This is an open article to see what sum. The select board recommend approval of this article, and they're recommending the amount of $19,687.56. Have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Moved at the 19,000 some odd
Right.
amount.
As
Okay.
recommended.
Questions, comments on this? Kathy Pierce.
Where's the money come from?
Says-
Undesignated fund balance.
No,
in there.
can we afford it as part of our budget that we haven't included? Is this a hardship on the town? Is this something that we plan for in some other way?
According to our last audit report, it would not be a hardship on the town.
How much is in the fund balance?
I don't know what it is now. We had a report that, it was $700,000, I think, at the last audited report, but I'll admit, we're behind by a year. We should get a new report. When, Deb?
They're still working on it, they're still asking questions, so,
Just for clarification, is it still gonna be in the same general ballpark, Rob?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Pierce, could you,
No, my wife represents me.
boy.
I know my place. I'll
Yeah,
take care of
yeah,
it.
yeah. Put your shoes away in the corner when you get home too.
Yeah.
What we used to do in the past is, at town meetings, we would put one or two extra health insurance, policies into the budget every year, and then, we hired somebody additional during the year, it wasn't an issue.
That's what I thought you normally did.
But this was way back in 2016 or 17, after hearing for the third time that, why don't you cut that out of the budget? We didn't put it in anymore.
Got it.
And
Things change.
And so now it
Yeah.
catches up to us, but
Yep, okay.
that's what.
Further questions, comments? Hearing none, we'll vote on Article 3 to see what sum the town shall approve in additional fiscal year 26 funds to cover, health insurance policy matters. I won't bore you with the whole thing. The sum that's been, moved is $19,687.56. All those in favor? Those opposed? The article is accepted unanimously. Move to Article 4, shall an amendment to the municipal employees personnel ordinance be enacted to increase the town's contribution for eligible health insurance from 80% to 100% as follows. And reading from the personnel ordinance, page 15, number 34B, at the top of the page, deletes the part where the town, who is the employer, pays 80% of the cost of the premium for a single employee. The employee is responsible for the remainder of the cost, and replace it with, and it starts right here, the town, parentheses, who is the employer, pays 100% of the cost of the premium for the single employee. Select board are recommending approval. Need a motion?
So moved.
Moving second, questions, comments? Josiah?
So, I'm curious as to what the hard number is rather than the percentage. I mean, how much money are we talking about for an average employee to pay 100% of their health insurance?
$281.18 extra a month.
A month?
That's the whole?
That's the whole, with the new updated policy, the policy is $1,460 change,
So that'd be about 12 times the number you just said?
Yeah, I took that 1,400 and times it by 20%, just for easy
Yeah.
math.
Okay.
And that's, 20% that they would be on the hook for, or the town's on the hook for the remainder of the 20%.
20% of, what was the number again?
1,400, and I can get you an exact figure, I know I have it,
1405,
1,405.
191.
Per employee.
Per employee,
Per month.
281 times 5.
Per month, 1,400 per month.
Now, just to clarify for me, is that 281 a month, is that the whole policy, or is that the last 20%?
That's about 20%,
What the hell's the whole policy cost?
$1,405
A month?
a month.
And then you got Chris who pays the family, who's not.
Yeah, wow,
And we don't pay any family.
yeah.
It's astronomical.
Yeah, he's,
Chris
it's
pays.
half his paycheck every.
See, I've been out of the working world for a few years.
Yeah.
I heard it was bad. Okay, further questions, comments? Gary?
So my question is, when you look at salaries, obviously employees, the benefits have a value to them as well. So each year when we look at the budget and everybody puts in for an increase in their salary, in addition, you now have 100% of your insurance paid for you. I would hope that this happens this next year, we're not looking for a salary increase if we're already paying the insurance. I'm just saying, is that being factored in, that the insurance has a value to it? So, that's just the way I look at it. If it's 80%, whatever, and you want an increase in the salary, but you're now paying 100%. Does anybody understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I think what you're getting at is, the consequence is, if an employee is maybe looking at a better deal down the road, is it better, or did Baldwin just make it a little better? You know, and.
Thank you.
Here's the embarrassing thing, is that they do, at the state level, MMA does this salary, survey, and what turns out is that we're really not very competitive. Most towns pay 100% of the health insurance.
Could I inject a little humor here?
No, you can try.
When I worked for Gulf Oil Corporation, you got your birthday off, you got, I mean, anything that the union had, you got. Well, finished up with Gulf, came out, I actually had run for selectman. I was without a job. Bob Jewett stepped up, he said, Jerry, what are you doing? I said, well, right now I'm looking for a job. He said, well, I need an accountant. Yeah, took the job. Sitting there one day, and Good Friday was coming up. We had, you know, Ash Wednesday. If you were Catholic, yeah. So Bob was over there by the window, and he was looking all like that, and I said, Bob, look, I said, do we get Good Friday off? They're all Good Fridays, aren't they? I said, oh, good So that was the end of the benefit.
Yeah. Well,
God bless him. I got in a good place, Bob.
good boy. Further questions, comments? Laurie?
I'm just, so who provides the insurance? I'm just interested
We
in.
buy through MMA, do we?
Yeah,
Bob?
yeah, I don't know who the insurance actually is, but they're a group.
Is that required, or can you shop around?
A person can go shop wherever they want, but the town does it through MMA. And we offer them for the individual only, and it's through one plan that's, everybody's using the same plan.
So it's not a buffet?
No,
Okay.
it's not offered a buffet.
Further questions, comments? Here and none. Article 4 would increase the town's contributions for eligible employee health insurance from 80 to 100%, and I won't read the fine print. All those in favor, please indicate by raising your hand. Those opposed? Again, the article passes unanimously. With Evans Fund. Article 5, to see what sum the town shall approve in additional fiscal year 26 funds to cover the cost of increased benefits that you just approved in Article 4 to be funded from the undesignated fund balance, and coverage would be retroactive to the 1st of January 26 this year. The selectmen recommend that you approve $8,435.40. Do we have a motion?
Moved, second.
Moved and seconded. Questions, comments?
That's the, incremental 20% for all affected employees for fiscal year 26.
Bob?
Correct.
Okay.
You see what we've done here is we've changed the thing, and we've put the money behind it, changed it, put the money behind
We'll
it.
put that money where our mouth is. Or what? Further questions, comments on Article 5? Hearing none, all those in favor of Article 5, at the amount of $8,435.40, please raise your hand. Those opposed? Again, the article is approved unanimously. Article 6. To see what sum the town shall approve for the Baldwin Area Food Pantry for the remainder of fiscal year 26 to be funded from the undesignated fund balance. The selectmen are recommending $900.
Move in the amount of $5,000.
I second it.
Mr. Pierce has moved in the amount of $5,000, and it's been seconded. Let me write that down.
I guess I don't have to stand up then.
You can. This is a free country.
Okay, I gotta write stuff down. Questions, comments, we have a motion, and by the way, to point out, this may get monotonous, this is an open article, because it begins with, to see what sum the town shall approve. It can be anything from $0 to $500 million, and I think state main law prohibits us from going beyond $500 million. But anyway, we're talking about $5,000. Questions, comments? Mark?
Just a little history of what the food pantry gets its funding from.
Where, Gary, you know more about that than most of us.
I don't know where the camera is, but I'm Gary McNeil, and I'm one of the board members for the Baldwin Area Food Pantry. And I'd like to put out an invitation to everybody watching as well as everybody here. Come down and visit the pantry. A lot of us start at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, get down there. I've been designated the sign guy, so if you see the signs on either end of School Street, this is the guy that has it.
What day of the week is that, Tuesday?
We do every Tuesday. It was today, every Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I'm down there at 7, and a couple other people are there, and we're setting up the tables. We actually start at 9:30, go from 9:30 to 10, but a lot of the clients, because they know we're there at 7 o'clock, they will actually show up, and they come in. It's a number system, and a lot of them realize that to get the best selection, you come early. But the trade-off is to be sitting in your vehicle from 7 to 9:30. On average, we serve between 17 to 20 people per week. And those are people that religiously come in every week. So 17 to 20 we can be guaranteed of. Today was 25. With this SNAP program being done away with, we were up to 32. So I don't know where they are. I don't know the 20, 25, the 37. They know we're there every week, and
Gary?
what?
Have a seat, let her do it.
All right.
When you said you don't wanna stand up.
All right,
Are you a registered voter in the town of Baldwin?
I am.
Okay, good.
I am.
That's all I need to know.
All
Let her
right.
rip.
My name is Tammy Sitton. I am the president of the food pantry at the East Baldwin Food Pantry. I brought, our budget. The gentleman here asked, how we got our funding, and at the moment, we have no one in particular that's supporting us, either every year or every month. So, we're surviving on strictly donations. I have put letters out, to banks. I have put letters out to, the town of Leamington, because we have, 36 families, living in Leamington that come to our food pantry, so I sent a request out for them. And, I have applied for, several grants online and hoping to hear from them soon. So, just so you know, there is no, budget that we have. So, I did up the tax forms for, 2025, and we're looking at possible increase for $1,841 for the 2026, so, that's our projected, expenses coming up for 2026. So, the 5,000 would be greatly appreciated.
The food you gave out today, where did that come from? Is Hannaford still
Can
in
I speak? Can I stand?
All right.
Give the young fellow a chance, okay?
All right.
Yeah, so what happens, to give you an idea of the logistics of things, we pick up once a month in Portland at Wayside. A lot of people remember the old Deering ice cream plant. So Paul Thomas and I go in and pick that up, and then once a month I go in to the same spot and I pick up senior boxes. The senior boxes come out already pre-packed with canned goods, dry goods, or whatever. The palletized load that Paul and I pick up, we bring out, and Brenda and Phyllis Farrell and Mandy, we bring the pallet in, they store it in the back room, and then they make up bags and boxes. Brenda does not want to speak, so I hopefully don't mess this up, but they make up number 1 bags, number 2 boxes, and number 3 boxes, depending on the size of the family. The number 3 box, it's 5 or 6 or whatever number of members are in the family. Those are all placed there, and then once a month, we designate that as box day. So next Tuesday, when they come in and they get the meat and the veggies and everything off the table, they also will get a bag or a box or whatever. But that's where that comes from. With this deal, the money that trickled down, Maine got some, it went through Good Shepherd. I think, what did we get, $1,000? We got $1,000. So Brenda and Tammy sat down and we looked at stuff that we don't get into Wayside, canned goods, fruit, and so on and so forth. And we used about $300 and some odd dollars of that $1,000, so we've got approximately $600 to work with. We had to pay for that. You know, we had to give the money to Good Shepherd, but that's come down. It was at Wayside, and Paul and I picked that up in addition to our other pallet. And then Brenda and the ladies put that in the boxes so that people were getting a good cross-section of goods. But, yep, go ahead.
Okay. The main food that we get, that we provide the families every week, we make 3 trips to Hannaford and Standish. Every week, on Saturday, on Monday, and on Tuesday mornings. That food, it's secondhand food from Hannaford's. We bring it to the food pantry, and that's what the fresh produce, the bread, the meals, sandwiches, whatever's left over from Hannaford, we bring to the food pantry. And they're supplying, Hannaford is actually supplying 4, that I know of, food pantries, because what days we're not picking up, someone else is,
So that Standish is feeding 4
different food
Wow,
pantries,
okay.
yes,
So I just didn't know how this works.
yeah, that's how it works.
So then additionally, we have people, workers that work for us, in addition to the 25 or 30, however many come in and pick up. Some of our members, one individual, he picks up 7 families. Picks up boxes or whatever and distributes those. Another member for 3 families and another one for 2 families. And they know pretty much what these people, if they're diabetic, what they can, we're not gonna load them up with cholesterol and this and that. So, but yeah, it's just when you take that number, if we have turkeys, if we have hams, if we have a big number and we ask the number, if there's 5 to 6 or 7 people in the family, they get a turkey. We're not gonna give it to one individual or 2 people, but yeah, we try to balance that out so that we're doing the best we can for them.
Further, but,
Just a minute.
yes.
I handle all the dry goods, which would be the canned, boxed, and everything else, that I order once a month to Wayside that he picks up. And this also gets put out during the week for people that come in, the families that come in, and besides the box and bags that I make up once a month. We also have donations from 2 very reliable, can I say, Steep Falls Library and the Dollar Store in Cornish. Steep Falls Library is tremendous. Once a month I go there, and Gary and I go there and we get a good sized load from them of dry goods. So they've been very supportive of us, but, as far
So
as
that's
paying our
the
bills.
community brings them into Steep Falls and then consolidates them?
They have a committee,
Cool.
Yeah,
and
they make up boxes and they let us know.
Yeah.
We go down and we get
pick
a
it
truck,
all up.
there's cereal,
Everything.
and everything is in it. Then we have some nice people that come in with some nice fresh eggs that they donate to the food pantry, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we do have support from a few other places, but it doesn't help pay the bills.
Yes, if anybody, happens to shop at Jonathan's over there in Leamington,
Yes.
you will see a wooden box out front, and we, a person from Grateful Undead deliver that food that's in that box to us on Tuesdays as well.
So we do get donations, but the monetary donations are not.
Yeah.
And I'd also like to add, although they want to remain anonymous, we had a refrigerator that died on us, and we put it on the town page, or she put it on something, and I got a call from them, and they said they thought they could help us out, and I thought maybe they had a used refrigerator, and they said, no, we want to buy you a new refrigerator. So we went through, Lowe's, they paid for it. I said, yep, gonna be a nice thank you when the shoppers got, no, they didn't want a card from us. I said, well, we're very appreciative of it, thank you very much, but yeah, so that happens.
Excellent. Yeah. Further questions, comments on the, Article 6, $5,000 for the food pantry?
I'm just curious, just hypothetical, I know with the, what you're funding, like you told us what it was, I can't have the exact figures for the year, the 5,000 exceeds that, and it's all hypothetical and you probably don't know yet, but what would you do with the extra funding? Would you enhance the boxes? Would you give more out? Would you carry that over into a holding fund? Would you?
Well, for example, the point I was gonna make with the, $9,000 is that we just, no, $900 is we just received a heat bill, because we have to heat with propane down there, and, give credit where credit is due, we're not charged rent, he does not charge us rent, but we have to pay for the electricity, and we have to pay for the heat. So the heat bill is $700. So we get the 900, there goes the 7, now we get 2 to work with.
That's just for how many months? 2 or 3 months?
2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. But as I mentioned to you about the trickle down and the grant that we got, even though, like she said, some of the stuff that Good Shepherd has in terms of fruit, frozen fish, frozen, whatever,
Different dry goods than we can normally get.
fruit, we could go back up to Good Shepherd and say, okay, we could put in another, even though we only have $600 left in this account, now we've got additional to work with. So, yeah, it's all gonna, you're not gonna get a postcard from Memphis in Florida saying, hi, everyone, wish you were here. I mean, no, none of that.
Okay, to answer your question, the increase that I said for $1,841, that was our actual, expenses was $8,277. So that increase is for 2026. That was our 25 expenses. So it's 8,000.
January to January of 25?
Yeah.
December.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else? Any questions, comments before we vote on this? Hearing none, all those in favor of Article 6, $5,000 for the Baldwin Area Food Pantry for the remainder of fiscal year 26 to be funded from the undesignated fund balance. Again, that's $5,000. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Those opposed? Once again, article unanimously approved. Article 7.
I move we adjourn.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. A motion to adjourn is not debated. All those in favor of adjourning, please raise your hand. Those opposed? The article is approved and the meeting is adjourned. However, what is it you'd like to tell us, Greg? This is entirely off the record.
Thank you, Mr. Norman. I appreciate that. Yeah, just to let everybody know, last week I went in and saw Glenn Haynes. Glenn is at Stroutwater Lodge. If you go out Stroutwater Street, St. Hyacint's Cemetery, the Animal Refuge League.
In Westbrook.
In Westbrook, there is a landing road on the right. You go down in there, it's a very nice place. He's been there about 3 weeks. Seems to be adapting well. He's in good spirits. And
What's the name of the place again?
It's I've got this, and I was going to give this to you. So if anybody wants to write it down and maybe send him a card, there's a couple in if you don't have enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd like to hear from everybody. He was instrumental in one of the founding fathers of the food pantry through the church.
Yeah.
So I talked to him about an hour, brought him up to date on everything, and so yeah.
Next to Ed's Battery.
Huh?
Next to Ed's Battery.
Yeah.
Right next door.
No, it's
Everybody
not.
does.
It is.
That's not where he's at.
The other one,
Yeah.
Spring Harbor, Springbrook, or,
Yeah, he's not at Springbrook. Because I went to Springbrook and walked up to the window and they said, we don't have a Glen Haynes. And I said, okay, can you tell me how I can find one? No, but,
Stroutwater Lodge.
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
On the landing
So
road.
if you're going out by Westbrook High School,
Yeah.
Yep.
the tech building, whatever, you go by there, and St. Hyacint's Cemetery is on the left-hand side. You start down, and before you get to the Animal Refuge League, like I said, on the right, there's a sign that says Landing Road. Take a right, and they're right down on the end.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he'd love to get a card from you.
Now, he's in an apartment, is that like?
Yes,
Not like
it's
a-
a nice little,
It's not like a nursing home thing where you get a room in there.
he does not, I mean, it's not assisted living.
Yeah.
But he said there's like 100 people there, and he's working on getting the names of all 100 unit Glen.
Yeah.
Very social.
Yeah, he'll probably be running for a board of directors soon, and doing a damn good job. Any other newsy things? We were already adjourned. Any newsy things before we turn this party over to the selectmen? Hearing none. Thank you very much.